And Brakti Yahweh, Brakatha, Yahusha, Brakti Yahweh, Brakatha, Yahusha, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Lesson will be entitled Reprobate, a reversal of previous condition. Lord will you are edified. 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. We must examine ourselves to see if we remain in the faith. A definition for examine in the Greek is scrutinize, which means to inspect or investigate ourselves thoroughly or closely. And we do this by daily examination. Okay? Prove your own selves. This is a way we are proving ourselves. Know you not your own selves, how that Yahushua Mashiach is in you, and a way we can see that Yahushua continues to dwell in us by daily examinations. Okay? Except you be reprobates. A definition for reprobate is a person that is voided of righteous judgment. All right? And another definition for reprobate is a reversal of previous condition. Let's focus on reprobate or reprobate in the Greek.
Strong's G96, adokimos. Adokimos.
And according to outline of biblical usage, not standing the test, not approved. Definition 2, that which does not prove itself, such as it ought. And according to Strong's definitions, castaway, which leads me to the precept, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, meaning we must have a spiritual goal in this truth. And our spiritual goal is attaining salvation at all cost. Lord will, we are predestined to be the elect. So fight I not as one that beat the air, meaning our spiritual punches must connect. Okay? We must have spiritual objectives that we are accomplishing to attain that spiritual goal, which is the attainment of salvation. Right? Verse 27, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Let's read this in the NIV. 1 Corinthians 9 and 27. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. Okay, meaning what? We must rule over our spirit. We must rule over our spirit. And for castaway in the Greek is what? Same Greek term for reprobates in 2 Corinthians 13 and 5.
Strong's G96, adokimos. Adokimos.
And you see definition to a reprobate. 1 Corinthians 9 and 27, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, least that by any means when I have preached to others. See, Apostle Paul is telling us the importance of ruling our spirit. I myself should be a castaway or a reprobate. Back into 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. You have definition 1A, properly used of metals and coins. And this is symbolic for what? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 30. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord Yahweh has rejected them. And the reason why Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, has rejected them and classified them as reprobate silver is because they are not the elect. He has stripped the Holy Spirit from them, and now they are voided of righteous judgment. Now they have been reversed of that previous condition, going into being worthy to be saved. Hence the term reprobate. And to prove that, let's go to the etymon. Reprobate. When used as an adjective, right? Opposite of meaning reversal of previous condition, and the latter part of this term, prove to be worthy. So if a person that is a reprobate, or individuals that are reprobates, they are no longer proved to be worthy because they have been reversed of previous condition. And what's the previous condition? Let's go to John 3 and 7. And this is Yahushua speaking. Marvel not that I said unto you, you must be born again. See, when we come into this truth, all right, we must be born again. After hearing the word, then believe in the word. All right, then we go through that process of being born again, right? Now you have the Holy Spirit in you. You are a new creature in Yahushua, being groomed by your teachers. All right, and our teachers are the apostles. Okay? And therefore, you are a new creature in Yahushua. Right? And when the Most High strips you from that spirit and you become a reprobate, all right, you are no longer proved to be worthy because you have been reversed of that previous condition. All right, and that previous condition is going into being that new creature in Yahushua, point blank, period. All right, so reversal of previous condition. And now what happens? What happens? Let's go into Luke chapter 11 and verse 24. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, why? Why has that unclean spirit left that man? Verse 7. Marvel not that I said unto you, you must be born again, because that man is born again. And by the cleansing, Salakia, the cleansing of the word, that individual is a new creature in Yahushua. And that evil spirit has been stripped away. Okay? When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walked through dry places and seeking rest. Meaning what? He's trying to find, or that spirit is trying to find another vessel to dwell in, to manipulate that person's mindset to do wickedness. Okay? And finding none. So what happens when that spirit that has been stripped away from that individual who has been born again? What happens when he can't, or when it can't find a place to dwell in? He said, I will return unto my house where I came out. Meaning what? He's coming back to you to check your spiritual status. That's why 2 Corinthians 13:5 stated, we must examine ourselves to see whether we are in the faith, to see if Yahushua dwells within us. And we must do this. And I'm talking to myself first daily, because that wicked spirit continues to stop by to check our spiritual status. And if we are slipping, if we are prideful, all right, if we are hard-headed, guess what? Out the warnings from Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua, the Most High is going to take his spirit from us and give us back to that former wicked spirit. That's how it works. And to prove that, let's continue to read. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walked through dry places, seeking rest, and find none. He said, I will return unto my house where I came out. Verse 25. And when he come, he find it swept and garnished. And the reason why this wicked spirit, that former spirit, finds the status of that old man swept and garnished, because of the process of that individual being born again. Verse 26, then go he and take to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in. And the reason why this wicked spirit and 7 other spirits more wicked than himself are able to enter in, because the Holy Spirit has been stripped from you. And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Why? Because that wicked spirit comes back and he brings 7 other spirits into him. Now that person is classified as what? As a reprobate, a person that is voided of righteous judgment, as well as a person that has been proved to be unworthy, because he has been reversed of his previous condition. And that previous condition is going into being the new creature in Yahushua. Lord, will you edify. Shalom.